Hi guys, in this video we will see how we can implement object segmentation with tracking using deep sort in YOLO V8. And in this video we will do segmentation of vehicles which include car, truck, and we will track each of the vehicles using deep sort algorithm. We will also count the number of vehicles entering and leaving and each vehicle type count as well. And we will also do speed calculation of the vehicles as well. So let's start. For this project, you need to first go to this repo. For example, this is the repo of YOLO V8 segmentation, deep sort, object tracking. I will add this link of this repo into the YouTube video as description section as well. So you can access it from there as well. So you need to just open it and just go to here. Either you can open the new tab or you can just copy link address and or just paste it over here and open this file. So I've already opened it. I have modified a bit as well, or you can open it in new tab as well. So this is the repo. If this is a collab file, if you open the link, so this collab file will open. So we will modify this file a bit, and we will modify it to implement vehicle counting to count the number of vehicles entering and leaving, and also the type of vehicle. For example, the number of cars entering and leaving, the number of trucks entering and leaving, the number of motorbikes entering and leaving, and other types of vehicles as well. So we will modify it accordingly. So let me show you a demo video as well, so you can get a better idea what we are trying to do. So this is the demo output demo video. So you can see that we have the speed estimation or calculation of each vehicle, and here we have the count of vehicles leaving, which include 4, and where we have the count of number of vehicles entering. So total count is 10, you can see, and out of which total count is 12, and out of which 8 are cars and 4 are truck. Or now the total count has increased to 13, in which the count of car is 9 and count of truck is 4. So we are doing the total count of vehicles and the number of vehicle types. Like in the total count is 13. The number of cars which are entering are 4. A number of cars which are entering are 9, and the number of trucks which are entering are 4. So we are doing the vehicle specific each vehicle type count and the total count as well. So in this video we will be implementing this. Plus you can see that we are doing the speed estimation of each vehicle as well. Like this is the speed estimation of the vehicle as well. And here we can see that we are doing object tracking as well. So you can see that each vehicle is assigned a unique ID like 96, 39, 105, 104. So each vehicle is being assigned a very unique ID, and plus you can see that there are trails as well of trails. Like you can see that ID track IDs plus trails. So we are doing tracking with IDs, like assigning a unique ID to each of the vehicles coming and leaving. Plus, we are also defining the trails as well. So the ID of each vehicle will be different. So this is for sure. So now let's move ahead and implement do this implementation. So first of all, I have just opened this the Git collab file I have just mentioned over there. So to implement it on PyCharm or any other IDE, you just need to follow the steps given here as well. So use following these steps, you can implement on Anaconda Navigator, PyCharm, or any other IDE, Spider, and or any other IDE, Visual Studio, or any other IDE you want. Okay, so let's move ahead and just open this. So first of all, just run this cell. I have already run this, so just let me delete and disconnect the previous runtime. So I have already run this script, so I'm just removing the previous runtime and change runtime. That's GPU. Okay, that's fine. So first, you need to select the runtime as GPU. Please make sure that you have selected the runtime as GPU. Now you need to just run this cell. It will clone the GitHub rep over here. Okay, now we have the GitHub rep over here. So now we'll set the current directory to this GitHub repo. And now we will install all the required dependencies, which include all the required library. So for example, if we don't do this step, we will face the errors when we run the predict.py script. It might say that the Hydra library is not installed, or some any other library. It can say that this library is not installed. So to make sure that all the required libraries are installed, we need to install all the dependencies first. So it might take few seconds, so it will be finished shortly. So this step is done. So as in this tutorial, we are implementing the segmentation. So we just need to go towards this segmentation directory. So just copy path over here and just paste it over here. So we will be redirected to the required directory as well. Okay, so now we are into the segmentation folder over here. So now as we are implementing the tracking using deep sort, so we need to download the deep sort files from our Google Drive. I have placed all the deep sort files into my drive. So I'm just downloading the deep sort files directly from the drive. So just let's first run this cell. So to implement deep sort tracking, download the required files. For example, I have placed the files zip file. Basically, I placed the zip file into the drive. So I'm downloading the zip file of the deep sort from my drive. So just unzipping the file over here. So it's done. So now you can see that we have the deep sort file over here as well. So we will now download a sample video for testing. So currently we are not implementing the vehicle counting. First, we will run the script without vehicle counting, and then we will modify the script and make adjustment to implement the vehicle counting. So now run this script as well. So it might take a few seconds to completely run. So let's pause the video and then it successfully runs. Let me get back to you. So the script has run successfully. Now just displaying the demo video, output demo video over here. So just wait a minute or two. So the demo video will be displayed over here as well. So here we have our output demo video. You can see that let's download it because it's very small over here. That's So now you can see that we have implemented the segmentation, detection, and tracking. Like you can see that we are assigning a unique ID to each object, plus we are doing the tracking as well. You can see over here. Plus, so currently we are now have not implementing the vehicle counting, the total count and each vehicle type count as well. The number of vehicles entering and leaving, we are not implemented it currently. So now we will focus to implement this as well. So let's move towards modifying the script now to implement the vehicle counting, entering and leaving. So for this, I will open the predict.py file. So let me open this file over here as well. So just now let's modify this script file. So first of all, like for math, I'm importing this import math library because we will be using this library when we will implementing the speed estimation or calculation algorithm. So this required library will be required. So plus we will add a count up is equal to 0 because in this count up variable we will storing the number of vehicles entering, and in the countdown variable we will storing the number of vehicles leaving. Okay. So I will define check counter dictionary over here, object counter one. So in the object counter, I will store the number of vehicles entering, and in the object counter with respect to the subtypes, like the number of cars entering, a number of trucks entering, the number of motorbikes entering. And in the object counter one, I will store the number of vehicles leaving with respect to their subtype, like the number of cars leaving, the number of trucks leaving, or the number of motorbikes leaving. So in vehicle object counter one, I will store so in object counter one, we will basically store the number of vehicles leaving with respect to their subtypes. So like number of cars leaving, the number of trucks leaving, the number of motorbikes leaving. While in countdown, we will store the total counts of vehicle leaving, or in the count up, we will store the total count of vehicle entering. So in count up, countdown, we will store the total count, while in object counter one, we will do the count of subtypes, like the number of vehicles entering, the number of vehicles leaving, number of cars entering, the number of trucks leaving, the number of motorbikes entering, the number of motorbikes leaving. So this will do over here. So we will line you. We are creating this for our basically you can speed estimation, and then we will create a line. I will show you why I'm writing this in the ahead. For example, let me explain this over here as well. If I had, let me open it and just write over here, just save photo from video and click on save a photo. Okay, and just save it over here. Okay, like I think open with paints. Okay, so basically you can see this line over here. You can see this line over here. Okay, so when the car passes this line, like this point intersect this line, we have a increment in the counter. Like this point has intersect this line, we have an increment like the count of vehicles entering or the count of vehicles leaving increases when this point intersect this line. So basically after passing this line, the number of vehicles entering and leaving count increases. Okay, so for example, if we see this line dimension, it's around 176 169 to 498, and here is 1054 to 501. Please go this now over here, please see this over here. So it's 174, 495, and here it is 1058 to 499. So, okay, so if we see over here, we will write this here. So, uh, just what we see over here is 170 to 495. Okay, to 495. And what we have seen over there as well is 1050. That make it 1050 comma 500. Okay, that's good. Okay, so if we have done the variable declaration all as well, so let's move ahead, see what further things we need to do. Thank you. Everything just once checking a bit everything. Okay, now let's move ahead and modify the remaining script file so we can. Now here I will create a function to estimate the speed. Estimate speed. Location, destination, location. Okay. Estimate speed d dash pixel equal to math dot math dot location to 0 minus location 10 comma 2 plus math dot w location to 1. Okay, that's fine. Minus location 1 comma 2. So that's amazing. So we have done very much good. Okay, just reviewing it once. So if there is an issue, we can fix it. Okay, that's fine. So in the next step, what we will do is we will basically we will define the constant, which is pixel per meter. Ppm, just write it. You can write in some other variable form as well. So ppm means pixel per meter. So we can define it as 8. So we can make it dynamic as well, like closer to camera 20 pixel per meter, or away from camera is 1 pixel per meter. So next we have is basically we write distance meters is equal to distance pixel divided by ppm time dash constant. Okay, just add it over here. Time dash constant is equal to 15 cross 3.6. So 3.6 is basically a constant we can adjust. So 15 is basically 15 frame per second. So we can just play with this constant to get more calibrated basic results. So now we'll write speed is equal to distance meters time dash constant return in speed. Okay, that's fine. So it's not fine. Then just reviewing it once. So if there is any mistake, I can correct it. Okay, that's cool. Awesome. Amazing. Okay, now let's create two more functions, which include set A, B, C, D, as well return CCW A, comma C, comma D equal to CCW is C, D, and CCW. So we will create a CCW function ahead as well. So don't worry about it. Uh, CCW D. So A, C, D, B, C, D, A, B, C, A, B, D. So that's fine as well. Now let's move ahead and create a CCW function. CCW A, B, C. Now we will write return CCW. No, that's a bit wrong. Return C1 minus A1 multiply B0 minus A0, and we will write further. Just copy it along the way and just copy it and write over here 1 and just write here 1 as well, and just multiply it with a 0. So just multiply it with 0, and just so we have our CCW function as well. So now we need to create a get direction function, and that's only that. So define get dash direction point 1, point 2. Okay, so first we will calculate the y-axis direction. Basically, we require only the y-axis direction. We don't need the x-axis direction. Okay. So, so just writing it down. So you just follow here. Okay. So direction str plus is equal to south. Just make it a bit better. Okay, and L is 0.11 is less than 0.21 direction STR plus is equal to north. Okay, so if there is nothing here, just write else direction STR will be empty. Okay, so the return, now we'll add the return. Return is equal to direction STR. So that's all done. We have south now. Just reviewing it once, so if there is a we can correct it. Yes, section string. Okay, there is a mistake. Just declare direction STR is equal to okay. So I think that's fine as well. Now let's move ahead as well. Now let's complete the remaining script as well. So now we will modify the script over if length for each. Now just seeing where I need to modify the remaining script. So here we will add the script. So if length data DQ ID is greater or equal to 2, so then we will apply direction is equal to get direction data DQ. So basically to learn deep sort algorithm, I have made other videos as well. You can just watch it over there as well. So I'm not going detail because it will take a lot of time. Data DQ ID, comma 1, object speed is equal to estimate speed data DQ ID 1, comma data DQ ID 0. Okay, so now just get looking append speed line Q ID dot append check speed. And now we need to write the intersection code as well. I will just copy and paste the intersection code because it's getting a bit lengthy as well. Speed like rescue here, I just list this thing. ID. It's okay. So where we are currently is we have just done over here append object speed. So remaining calculating the breakpoint and the counting, I will just add the code over here and just let me open this. I've just done already as well, so I will just add the remaining code from here where we are. We are just over here. Okay, so just copy this from here and go till over here because it's taking quite some time. So just adding it over. Okay. So there are few errors, or I'm making a mistake, or that is a try. I don't think there is any. Okay, I just see. Just move it a bit ahead. Okay, now they are fine. as well. So we have defined the speed line queue above here as well. So if we need to add, okay, so one thing I have missed is basically I am not entering the counter code. It will display the count, so that's missing. So just add this count code, which will count the number of vehicles entering and the number of vehicles leaving. So this will basically display the counter on the top right counter corner. Okay, just add it for IDX for I range. Okay, so basically this will display a counter on the top of the corner. For example, it will count the number of vehicles entering, the total count, and the sub count, like the number of vehicles, number of cars entering, the number of motorbikes entering, the number of trucks entering. So this text displays the sub count, which includes the number of cars, trucks, etc. This display the total count of vehicles, and this is the just the text here as well. Okay, so similarly this display the total count of vehicles, and this display the sub count, the number of vehicles entering and leaving. Okay, so that's all. Over here I don't think that we need to modify any further thing as well, so just Control S and just check it out over here. If there is any error, we will fix it. Just giving a look at the code. So if I see any error, I will fix in the meanwhile. Mm, I think let's just run this script. Here we have event file dash py. Okay. So now let's run this script on and see what results do we get. So it might take few seconds, but if there is an error, well, okay, that's working fine, quite. Okay, count up. Okay, okay. I made a mistake basically. Okay, okay, let's make a mistake. There is draw dash boxes function. So in draw dash boxes function, we need to declare a global variable of count up and the count down. So I have not done this, so that's why this issue is appearing. So just let me global count dash up, global count dash down. Okay, so I think that's fine. Okay, for this is the line which we have created, so we need to uncomment it. So basically, this is the line which we have drawn. So just making, I think that's a mistake. So this is the line which we have drawn. So just uncomment it and just save it again and just run this. Okay, so let's run this script and see what the results do we get. So it might take few minutes. So let's wait until the scripts gets completely. So you can see that now it's working fine. So I will wait till the script runs and then I will show you the output demo video. So the script has run successfully and here is our output demo video. So just let's download it and let's see what we have the results. So you can see that, and so let's stop it over here. So you can see that we are getting the speed estimation of each vehicle as well. Plus we are getting the total vehicle count as 19, number of vehicles which have left are 19, the cars, 6, which include the cars 16, trucks 3. The total count is here 14, the number of vehicles which have entered. and the cars count is 9 while the truck count is 5. So just running this from the start, like you can see that it's incrementing one by one. So we are getting a very perfect results as well. Plus we are getting the speed estimation of each vehicle as well. We are getting the tracking ID and the trails as well. You can see that tracking ID and the trails of each vehicle as well. Plus detection and segmentation is also performed on each of the vehicles. So that's a very perfect results which we are getting. The total count 24, cars 21, 20 trucks 5. So all is very well. So the you can test on demo video too as well. I've tested it, so you can test on any other video which you want as well. So this code will be exclusively available to our Patreon supporters. We have currently two supporters. We have so like so if you get this membership, you will have access to all the codes, our YouTube tutorial codes, plus the projects which we share over here. Like you can see that we have currently shared two projects, YOLOv8 text segmentation with distance estimation from camera, plus road sign and traffic lights reduction. These two projects which we have currently uploaded, you will have the access to these code files. Plus we will provide the live chat code as well in case if you face an issue. Plus, if using this package, you will have also have access to all the projects, code files, and we will also provide live chat. The membership tiers, description, and their differences are given below. So this project code will be available over here. So if you can become a member, you have access. You can get access to the code files. Plus, if you don't want to become a member, you can just watch the video and implement it on your side as well. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video.